G'day guys and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be going through a season review for the West Coast Eagles. I did one last year, time to do one this year. What can we start about 2024 for the West Coast Eagles? We'll start off with the highs this year. Definitely more successful than 2023. 2023 we got a total of 3 wins. Not really too good for us last year, but this year we got a total of 5 wins. Jake Waterman helped us out a lot. Harley Reid, majority of our star players helped us out a lot this season, and it was really, really needed. Hopefully, we can basically recreate this year to next year, just do a little bit better. Obviously, finishing 16th, that's still improvement. After cutting the wooden spoons, people were generally thinking that we were going to win the spoon again, but we didn't win the spoon again, so that is good. That is good news for us. Another high for us. Harley Reid hype was indeed real. Harley Reid obviously had so much hype going into this season. Lots of hype. People were saying that it could genuinely change the whole West Coast Eagles side, and it definitely, in my opinion, it certainly did. In my opinion, he was the main reason why we won our first 3 games. Why we won like 3 games. It's in 10 rounds. We won the Richmond Tigers game in round 5, which was our first win. He helped us out a lot that game. Won the Derby. He kicked like 3 goals, I'm pretty sure, in the Derby. And also helped us win against Nam, which was an Indigenous round. Absolutely dominating that midfield. Harley Reid. Waterman is in his prime, and that's another high for us. Waterman, at the moment, after I'm filming this video, he is 5th in the Coleman. I don't know if that would change. He's had an outstanding season. If only he had more opportunities to kick goals, I reckon he could probably be way more up there in the Coleman leaderboard, hopefully next year. If this wasn't just a fluke year, hopefully next year he gets up towards probably the top 3, hopefully. If he does get up to the top 3, that will be very, very good for Jakey Waterman. Yo's incredible season. If Yo doesn't get the John Worswell medal at the end of the season, I'll be shocked. He was an absolute bull this season. He's definitely one of our best players this season. Obviously didn't really have the starts to the season as how he would have wanted it, but Yo's definitely changed that, and he has changed majority of our games, exactly like what I said about Harley Reid. Yo was also definitely one of the reasons why we were doing so good in that midfield for a couple games at home, especially, I can remember this so well, especially in the West Coast Richmond game. Yo, in my opinion, was the standout in that game. Another high, winning our first derby since late 2021. So obviously Fremantle won the last 5 derbies before we won the derby in round 6. So obviously winning that, it would definitely put a couple smiles on all the fans' faces. It was an absolute joy to witness us get our first win in derby since late 2021. It was really, really needed. And the last high I'm going to talk about is Brady Hoff's defensive skill. Brady Hoff, what can we say? He is an absolute underrated defender. No, everyone should be able to agree with me. He has been so good. He has defended on some of our league's greatest, Charlie Cameron, and lots of other players, keeping them to a minimum of like 1 to 2 goals when they would usually go on and kick about 4, 3 in a game. Hoffy, this is his outstanding season. Outstanding season. And for this to be his 2nd season in the AFL, it's just amazing to witness Hoffy doing so well, and fitting into the AFL nicely. He's definitely going to be one of the greatest defenders of all time in the coming years. Alrighty, now the next part of this video, the lows of our season. We'll go all the way to the end of last season in towards the off season, which I'll count as a 2024 season. Our trade period and draft period wasn't really used to good use. We barely had any debuts. For West Coast, we probably had, I'd say, a total of like 5 debuts this whole season. There's been players who have just been stuck in the waffle, like Archer Reid. Archer Reid, he would have been an outstanding AFL player this season. But there was still some great talent that came out of the the draft period and got an AFL debut. Locke Rollinson only had one game. Clay Hall, very, very good player. Harvey Johnson, very, very good player. Yeah, we need to use next season. We definitely need to get more debutants on the list on the sides. We've got injury prone. Injury prone's on this list. Injury prone players. Dom Sheed is on that list. Matt Flynn as well. Matt Flynn only played 3 games, and he got injured in the West Coast Hawthorn game, which I vlogged. Yeah, I can't really talk about that too much. And one I can really talk about a lot, another low, Alex Williden. Glad he was dropped in the last final game. Alex Williden, let's just say, he just sells the whole team. When we are wanting to win a game, there is always that one feeling that we will lose because of Alex Williden. Not trying to sound like I hate the bloke, he's a West Coast player. I love all the West Coast players, but he doesn't have good kick accuracy. In my opinion, out on the field, he just doesn't play too well, but at least he's trying. That's all that matters, but that's definitely a low for the season. Another low, kind of like last season, where we were so bad away from home. Only one win away from home, and the rest of those losses away from home were 30-plus point destroyings. We kept on losing by 30-plus points away from home, probably. I'd safe to say, especially we just played. By the time I'm filming this after the Geelong West Coast game. We just got flogged by 93 points. We didn't lose a seat game by 100+ this season, which is a high. I didn't end that, but we're still just having that bad form away from home. That is just horrible for us. And the final low, and the final thing we'll talk about on this video, Harley's suspension. Harley Reid shouldn't have got suspended. That was not suspension worthy, that tackle. I'll play a clip of that tackle on the screen.
Wilson taking him on, and then Reid hitting back with physicality, but it's a dumb tackle and a free kick to the Saints. And he's not.
That suspension changed Harley Reid's mindset for the whole season. If Harley didn't get suspended, we'd probably have more wins. And definitely more wins. We'd probably be able to get maybe 2 extra wins or so. But yeah, Harley really shouldn't have got suspended, to be honest. That was a huge low for the club. Obviously losing him for 2 weeks. It definitely wouldn't have affected the game where we played North Melbourne at Optus. Definitely would have affected that. Yeah, anyway, season's over. Off-season starting for the Eagles. It's time for a rebuild year. We did a rebuild year this year and it did decent. Time to get more players, more rookies, get rid of the old ones, and yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.